Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Is Prince Harry beginning to crack? Sure looks that way from what we've seen. Full disclaimer can be found down below. All content was found on a public domain using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. Please subscribe, set your notifications. This channel is Moonchild 714 channel. Okay, let's go back to the beginning here. There's the lovely Princess Diana. Here's a story in the Daily Star. Princess Diana tells William to save Harry in message from beyond the grave. Princess Diana used to see a psychic, Simone Simmons, and supposedly they spoke on a regular basis, and she's even shared videotape messages from Princess Diana. I guess she consulted with her quite a bit. She even stated before her death that she could see something in her future that was going to be traumatic and could result in her death. All right, let's go on. Exclusive, Diana's favorite psychic, Simone Simmons, says the Princess of Wales makes regular appearance at her home and is desperate for Meghan Markle not to isolate Harry. Allegedly, she sent a message to Prince William saying that he needs to help Harry immediately because she feels that he's in dire straits. Princess Diana's favorite psychic claims the princess asked her to warn Prince William to save Harry in a visit from beyond the grave. Healer Simone Simmons said tragic Di, who died in 1997, makes regular appearances at her London home. In claims that will shock royal watchers, she said Diana fears her younger son, Harry, faces a calamity following his decision to quit the UK with wife Meghan earlier this year. Simone, who said she would speak to Di for up to 14 hours on the phone when she was alive, said it's going from bad to worse. Harry's been separated from everything he loves, his family, his friends, including the army boys he loved. Diana told me Harry is feeling more and more isolated, and it's like torture for him. We've seen how he seems to, in the videos and photos of him, it looks like he has deteriorated. He's become a shell of himself. He's lost lots of weight. His eyes have huge dark circles around them, and he looks like he's just not getting any rest. Harry's been separated from everything he loves, his family, his friends, including the army boys he loved. Diana told me Harry is feeling more and more isolated, and it's torture for him. Okay, Diana told me it's all going to end in disaster. The claims are sure to infuriate Harry, who is ultra defensive of the relationship with his late mother. But Simone insists she was so terrified that she wrote to his brother William. In the letter, which we can reveal the details of today, the mystic told Wills he needs to come to his brother's help. And that was a picture of Simone. Simone claimed Diana comes and talks to me. I see her body, and she's very animated at times. I got so fed up with it all that I wrote to William, but he hasn't responded. Now, of course, a couple of news outlets have posted this, so I'm not sure that he would go back and speak to her for fear that, you know, she would release the information that, she's consulting with Prince William. In this letter, Simone wrote, Diana made me promise to keep an eye on both you and Harry to make sure you're both okay and to give you warnings of danger signs. I am writing, actually, I'm begging you to listen because Meghan will isolate Harry and eventually cause him to attempt radical, possibly lethal, self-destructive actions. If you want to respond, please feel free. We must save Harry. So she's making it seem like he could do something harmful and maybe even take his own life. Simone claimed Diana comes and talks with me. I see her body. This kind of goes on. It's kind of a repeat of what we saw before. Okay, so there's a picture of Princess Diana and little Harry. What a sweet picture. Simone, who correctly predicted that Meghan, 38, was pregnant with the couple's first child, Archie, before it was formally announced, previously wrote to Harry, 35, before his wedding. She vowed, I'm going to write one more letter to him, but I'm told he and William refused to read correspondence from their mother's friends because they have been told we are not to be trusted. It's so sad, as it's the only way that they can get to hear the full truth about their mother. Simone and Diana first met in 1993, at the health clinic. Howe Clinic, an alternative medicine center in West London. They stayed close until weeks before the princess's death in a car crash in Paris. Simone warned Di something was going to happen to her that would be the death of her before her accident. Prince Harry struggling as worried Meghan Markle fears couple will regret move. Now Meghan Markle's PR is putting out information that Harry is struggling, and it makes you wonder, in the event that something were to happen to him, she's kind of putting it out there first and saying, yes, he's having a terrible time coping, that things aren't the way she had hoped that they would be. An insider has claimed Meghan now fears that she and Harry will end up regretting their life choice as Harry reportedly struggles to settle down in the U.S. Or could this be Meghan putting it out there in case things don't work out financially for them and they're not able to be completely financially independent? Maybe this would keep her foot in the door with the royal family so that they would be willing to take them back because Harry is having a difficult time. Meghan Markle is becoming worried for her homesick husband, Prince Harry, who is now struggling to settle into life in the U.S., according to reports. Daily Star online last week revealed how royal experts fear Harry is feeling out of place after moving to Los Angeles, California with Meghan and son Archie. The family up sticks from their Canadian boat hold last month to make the move across the border to Hollywood after officially quitting the royal family. But reports soon emerged Harry, 35, was struggling to settle down after a lifetime in London. And now new reports have emerged that Harry's homesickness has taken Meghan by surprise and that the former actress is now worried for her husband. Well, of course he's going to have a difficult time. She's cut him off from his friends, his family. She doesn't want him keeping up with anyone. She doesn't want him having a relationship with his family because she is afraid that if he talks to them on a regular basis, that one of them could convince him that he needs to leave her and go back to London. Reports soon emerged that Harry, 35, was struggling to settle down, and now reports have emerged that Harry's homesickness has taken Meghan by surprise and that the former actress is now worried for her husband. Source even added that Meghan is apparently worried the couple could end up regretting their life choice. He's going through what many people would experience when they make such a massive life change, just on a much bigger level, they said. Meghan is worried that if Harry doesn't start feeling more positive about their decision, he'll end up regretting their life choice. The news comes after Harry's friends, the renowned conservatist Dr. Jane Goodall, revealed she's been in contact with him since he left the UK, and she admitted she thought he was finding things tough. Meghan's putting this out there so that if Harry does end up leaving her, she can say, well, he was just homesick. It had nothing to do with our relationship. Okay, another article. Prince Harry yearning to come back home to the UK as he feels out of place. This is from a royal commentator. The pandemic has prevented the launch of their nonprofit organization, Archwell. The Invictus Games, his brainchild, have been unavoidably postponed this year. Obviously, he and Meghan have made some gestures of support to those in need. We have seen, however, in his charitable projects like Centibali or Invictus, or when he was so passionate to fight in the front line when in the army, which he did twice, he likes to throw himself heart and soul into a venture. There is no opportunity to really make a difference where he is now. Being in Hollywood may be where the work is, but it's an elitist field, especially during the crisis. Of course, Harry's going to feel out of sorts. I think everyone is feeling out of sorts during this pandemic, but especially him. He's not seeing anyone, talking to anyone, and it's allegedly said that whenever he does reach out to someone in the family, Meghan's right on top of him, and she seems to be controlling everything he's doing. Even when he makes a video, sounds like she's even writing the speeches for him because it just doesn't come across as heartfelt from Harry. The royal expert and TV pundit added, there are now new reports that he misses the camaraderie of the army and feels his life has recently been upended. It was always the case that when he was likely to feel the loss of his military appointments very keenly. These would not be filled for a year, however, when the agreement made at the Sandringham Summit, the Queen will be reviewed. So after a year or next March, they'll get together again. They'll take a look at what's been working for them and hasn't, and I guess they'll make a decision then on whether or not it's permanent that they leave the royal family or if they ask to come back. Allegedly, it's also been said that Harry can come back, but the Queen doesn't want him to bring Meghan. So Harry, he's away from Britain, where he was brought up and knows his popularity there now is at very different levels. His grandmother, 94, his grandfather will soon be 99. His father has had the virus, luckily with mild symptoms. Senior royals in Britain are making a difference, but there are fewer of them. So this is Simone again, and this is a prediction that she made back in October the 9th, 2018. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will divorce, she said. Princess Diana's psychic sensationally claims our royal loving heart simply can't handle this controversial prediction. This is the video conference call that Harry made this month, one of them. And he's even using the phrase that Meghan used when she was in Africa, and she was talking about how it's not okay to just survive, that you really should strive. So in Harry's speech, he's saying, for you surviving, but also thriving like you. I swear, I think she's writing his speeches for him. Here's just a few pictures of Meghan and Princess Diana and how she seems to copy her fashion sense. And I've seen her do this with Angelina Jolie. She did it with Kate Middleton in the beginning when she went into the royal family, and other people like Ivanka Trump. She seems to just go all out and mimic their fashion sense because I believe she doesn't have a fashion sense of her own. So this is, let's look at some pictures now of Harry growing up. This is one shortly before Diana's death. Here's Harry, William, and Princess Diana, who's absolutely lovely. And she did have a sense of style. She was the people's princess, or the people's Queen of Hearts. But Diana wasn't a perfect angel. As much as I loved her and was always eager to read everything I could about her, I believe she also manipulated the media, similar to what Meghan's doing. And you can't play games with them. You can't call them in just when you want them or work with certain ones, because other ones are still going to write what they want, and then it may not be so nice what they write. So here's a picture of Diana, William, Harry, and Prince Charles. And Harry just always looked so cute, so happy, smiling. Here's one when he was a few years older, and he's with his great-grandmother, and Charles, William, and Harry there. This is a lovely family portrait when he was just a couple of years old, I think about 3 here, and he's with Prince Charles and Diana. William, and it looks like their family pup. He is so happy. What an adorable little boy. Here's Harry as he's a little bit older, and I believe he's attending the wedding of one of his friends. But he's, with his friends, hanging out, and he's happy. Another one, this is a gorgeous picture of Harry with William. I want you to just pay attention to all the smiles. The brothers together, the brothers laughing, smiling. They always seem to have such a great relationship, and we're supportive of one another. There's that great smile on Harry. William's having a laugh too, but he was just always such a cheeky guy, and really had fun with the Royal Rota, that the press crew that was around him. They said he was always take them out for drinks and have a laugh with them and pulling pranks. Here he is when he had such a great relationship with Kate. They were good buddies, and you could tell that they had a great bond as a brother and sister. Harry making a speech. Here they are attending one of the events, and just look at them. They look so happy, comfortable with one another. Harry, when he was in the army, so handsome, happy. You notice he just looks, his face looks so happy. He looks well. He doesn't have the dark circles under his eye. He's just young and youthful. Another picture of Harry. His hair was a little longer here, but always a great smile. Harry out having a drink with his buddies. Harry smiling again in public. Another great photo of him as a teenager. Now, who comes into the picture and when do things begin to change? When Meghan comes in. Harry always seems to be so protective over her. She acts like a spoiled child, so shy. I need you, Harry. I have to hold on to you. Help me, protect me. And you can tell there's William with like a worried look on his face. It was so creepy when Harry would talk at these events. She would just stare at him like she was hanging on his every word, but not in a loving way, in a creepy way, like, let's see if he says things the way I want him to say it, or let's listen to and critique what he's saying. Oh, it's just like a psycho. Here they are at another event. Meghan doesn't look very happy. Harry looks like he's kind of defending himself. But look at his face. I want you to just notice the age progression and how he just looks so exhausted and all the wrinkles on his face. And Meghan's so unkempt and her hair is so stringy, just hanging down. Now Meghan is becoming more outgoing. She's talking for him at the different events. She's leaving Harry behind, and she wants to be the main speaker, and she wants to be in the limelight and have all the attention focused on her. And you can tell that Harry's thinking about this, and I'm sure he's seeing it, and it's got to be uncomfortable for him, but I don't know why he's just not realizing it and realizing what she's doing fully. Here they are out in public. He looks a little uncomfortable. He just doesn't look like himself anymore. It looks like he's aged 10 years. Another picture of him when he was a young boy. Just look at that beautiful smile and the happiness. His eyes lit up. You just don't see that light in his eyes anymore. Oh, there's another good one. I love this. You could tell they're like sharing a joke, having a laugh there between them. Harry just always seemed like he didn't have a care in the world. He loved going out to the public events. He loved walking into the crowds and talking with people and especially interacting with children. He was always just himself and seemed so comfortable. Now with Meghan, it's like he's having to keep up with her and see what she's up to. Here's another one with the Queen. Telling you, there's just such a shift in the way he looks in his face. His eyes look unhappy. He doesn't have that glimmer in his eyes. He just seems like he's got the weight of the world on him. And of course, Meghan's always tugging at him, hanging on to him, looking like the doting wife. But I'm sure behind closed doors, his world is a living hell. Look at this. William really looked after Harry, and even when he went away and took his gap year, I'd seen documentaries where he was worried about Harry, and he wrote to him quite a bit because he knew that they'd been with each other since the mother had died, so being away from him was going to be very difficult. And also he tried to maintain that closeness when William went off to college. This is on one of the skiing trips. I believe Kate was on with them, but you can tell Prince Charles knows that Harry just has a difficult time and tries to give him some extra love and attention. I do believe he was a very sensitive child, and because Prince Charles was too, I think he tries to give him the hands-on love that Harry needs. William, I believe, is very confident, is much like a father figure to him as well. Harry just looks like his hair's falling out. Oh my gosh, he just looks so unhappy, just miserable. I can't imagine what it's like before he goes to these events with her or after, and the criticizing that she gives him. Here she is looking at him, and he's just standing there, and I don't know if he's about to speak here or not, but it just, I'm telling you, I know Harry has made mistakes. Yes, he's got to own up to them and be held accountable. He's just as guilty at this point as Meghan is. But I do feel sorry for him. I just don't think he knows how deep he is in with her and the control that she has over him. Here's a forced smile, and here's Meghan all cuddled up to him. It's just heartbreaking Guys, look at this picture. Look at Harry here, and I believe he was like in his early 20s. And look at Harry on the right side. Look at the dark circles. Look at the redness or bruise it looks like he has on the top of his nose. He is a shell of himself. I'm not saying that he's using anything or self-medicating, but what I am saying is whatever it is he's doing or life is doing to him, it is not treating him well. Look at that. When I saw this picture side by side, I just wanted to cry. He looks like a man of 40, late 40s or 50, and his face is sunken in, and I'm telling you, he just doesn't look like Harry. Not at all. Here's another picture of him younger. Gosh, he was just so handsome and, so happy. Here's one where he's looks like he's having a serious conversation with William. I think they're both attending a wedding. It may have been the wedding at Charles and Camilla. Look at this. This is the Harry we know and we love with his brother and with that tight bond. Look at this, side by side. Look at William. William, of course, has lost some of his hair. Yes, he's aged a little bit. But Harry, it looks like the age progression is just spinning out of control for him. So sad. He looks so small and everything's sunken in with him. He just doesn't look happy at all or well. Another event where Harry and Meghan are attending. This is one where Harry's walking into one of the chapels. This might have been one of the Commonwealth services before Meghan. Excuse me, and he's with Kate. And whenever he was with Kate and William, they always seemed to have such a laugh. His spirits were always lifted. They were always cutting up, sharing jokes between one another. But he always had a smile on his face. He looked happy to be there. Even on his wedding day, he just doesn't look well. I don't know what's going through his mind here. It was allegedly said that he thought about calling it off just before the wedding. Excuse me, my allergies are bothering me. This doesn't look like a man who's happy, who's just gotten married. It should be the happiest day of his life. He looks like a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Harry and Meghan on the South African tour. Look at his eyes again. They're sunken, they're wrinkled. But look at Meghan, always looking for the camera, always putting on airs. Look at Harry. If Princess Diana was here, I think her heart would be broken for him. But I think she would try to help him and see that this relationship he's in is not good for him. It's not healthy. And there's happiness just being away from her. He can have a good life, but he needs to leave her. A few more pictures of Harry and some of William. Princess Diana was a beautiful woman. She really was. And I believe she really loved her boys. Harry laughing there. He's having a good time. Look at this. Laughing with William again. You know, he has such a good time with him. He's lost that bond. Meghan has come in between two brothers. She's come in between Harry and Kate, of the nieces, or the niece and nephews. He doesn't even, it's said that he doesn't even know Louis, but he had a good relationship with George and Princess Charlotte. Oh, Harry, what you're missing out on, and what your son Archie is missing out on. Where's the children in his life? Where's the family connections to his cousins? Look at that smile. He's having a good time here. He looks like he's attending an event or a wedding, but so gorgeous. It's just such a different Harry. This Harry is so unhappy. He's miserable. I don't know why he's staying, if it's because of his son, and he feels like he's got to try to make it work and make all these concessions for Meghan. But Meghan, what concessions have you made for him? You really put everything on hold and lied about the TIG and your acting agent. You had all of them on pause. You knew you were going back. You wanted to get the status, the titles, the money, and take Harry back all along. You can tell Harry just every time he's out in public, every time he's with his family, his face just looks so strained. And Meghan always smiling like a peacock. Everything's okay. Got to move up front, be the center of attention. I'm the woke one. And this Green Goblin outfit, Harry's left the Commonwealth, and he was very service, and you could tell that he was very upset. He had a very angry look on his face the entire time, was staring holes through his brother William when they were walking out. Meghan, just keep smiling, Harry. Everything's okay. We're escaping. We're finding freedom. In the Commonwealth service, even William and Kate and them, there was allegedly an argument at the castle just before coming to the service, because Harry and Meghan found out they wouldn't be walking in the processional with William, Kate, Prince Charles, Camilla, and the Queen. He had a fit, and it was even on the program that they were going to be walking in as senior members. So what did William do to try to diffuse the situation? William said, we'll just go ahead too. We won't walk in the processional. We'll go, we'll be seated. They said Harry was screaming, acting like a petulant child, and Meghan was just smiling. She thought it was just hilarious, and she just doesn't care anymore. She's happy to see the discord in his family. This is so sad. Harry, you've got to get away from her. You can't be happy. Even here at the Invictus game, boy, Meghan's got a scowl on her face. She looks like she's giving him a telling off. She probably got mad because he ignored her or spoke to someone and didn't let her go up ahead of him first. But you can tell she is not a happy camper right here. Poor Harry. And Harry with Archie. This is why I think he stays with her. It's his beautiful son. He wants to have a life for him and not let Archie grow up being a product of divorced parents. I believe that's why he stays with her. That and the fact that I do believe he's brainwashed. But again, Harry, you're, 37 years old. You've got to wake up, put your big boy pants on, and you need to do what is right by your son. So sad. Oh, and I just wanted to show you, again, please don't forget to subscribe, set your notification. Please let me know if you like this video. Please leave comments. Let me know what you'd like to see in future videos. Just a few articles. You know, we talked in some of the previous videos about the book, but Lady Colin Campbell is planning to do a tell-all on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The aristocrat is promising that her new book about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry is full of plenty of revelations about the couple who recently stepped down as senior royals. Boy, I can't wait to get an inside look at this, and I think that this will be a great book, and she's going to tell it like she sees it. Who knows, maybe she'll clear up what we don't know surrounding the pregnancy, if there was a gestational surrogate, if Meghan really was pregnant, you know, when the baby really was born, just all of these things that we don't know. But I look forward to her book. Another article, privacy-obsessed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle erect screens around their $18 million LA mansion. It's not their mansion. They're either freeloading or renting after hiking trails have been unlocked, allowing people to see in their lavish property owned by Tyler Perry. Hello. So what they can see you? I mean, you're not close to anybody. You're sitting, up on a hill above the walking tracks and below the other housing developments. But whatever. But they did say that Harry has become extremely paranoid. I'm sure Meghan's put it in her mind. Look, the paparazzi are following us, Harry. They know us. It's been said that Harry has even been changing cars because he's paranoid that people now know where they live. They know what cars that they're driving, and that he's not wanting to stray from the house. He only feels comfortable when he's there, and even then he's paranoid. Now, whether or not he's doing something, self-medicating that's causing this paranoia, maybe it's what Meghan is putting in his ears so that he'll ask Daddy for more money for security. Whatever the case is, it's a sad state. And when someone's feeling depressed, paranoid, they could put themselves at risk and, and maybe be self-harmful and I would hate to see that happen. The Sun puts out an article. Oh, this is about a different couple, but I was thinking about this, Harry and Meghan's upcoming trial, even though it's a little different. Tabloids win high court harassment battle with family who sought publicity for bigger council house. A family of 10 who sought publicity through their local newspaper in their bid for a bigger council house has lost a high court harassment case against 3 national titles that picked up the story. Arnold and Jeannie subsued Express and Star Publisher Express newspapers and Sun Publisher News Group newspapers over a series of articles and related reader comments. So anyway, they go on. It says the married couple, I'm skipping down the second paragraph, who are originally from Cameroon and moved to France, then the UK, claim coverage breach the Protection from Harassment Act. But the tabloids won. The Sun published 7 articles on the family, including Are They Serious? First picture of a 4-bedroom house that the jobless couple with 8 kids slammed the council for offering. So, that's something there. But even though Meghan and them's case was about privacy issues, they're going for harassment here, and the tabloids won the case. So I do believe that the tabloids will win the case, or the Sun Daily News, in Meghan and Harry's claim against them about breaching privacy, because there is freedom of speech. Again, they were working royals at the time, and people do have a right to know what they're doing because they're being publicly funded by the people of the UK. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and set your notifications. Give me those content ideas that you have. Hope everyone has a blessed day. Go out and enjoy some beautiful weather if you can. And I wish you all well. Happy spring.